Okay. Oh, I'm already recording. Alright, okay guys, so tonight we are going to make some hummus. And I don't have tahini, so I'm just kind of doing it my own way. But I'm going to show you how to make some hummus without tahini. Alright, now I am putting sesame oil in it. So if you're allergic to that, to sesame seeds, then, you know, obviously you would want to omit that. You can put peanut butter, but chances are, I guess, if you're allergic to sesame seeds, you could have an allergy to peanuts too, you know, it's a common allergy. But anyway, enough of me blabbing. There was one thing I did want to cover before we started this though, and that is that on my last video when I was doing harvesting the dandelions, you know, I was going to make a video of me cooking them. It's actually really simple. You just blanch them in hot water and then you just kind of saute them with some garlic, onion, and butter and salt. It's that simple. However, I tried it the first time just to make sure I wasn't going to like get sick or something like that. And I ain't gonna say that they were bad, but they just weren't really my cup of tea. And yeah, you could eat them if you had to, but I wouldn't suggest it. It was just, I just wasn't really that impressed with them, to be honest with you. I'm sure different varieties of dandelion may taste better, but, or maybe I needed to pick a younger plant or something, but I was just not that impressed with the way those tasted. But if I had to eat them, you know what? I would, to survive. So just so y'all know, yeah, you can do that. It'd be more of a survival food though. It's not something you can, to me anyway, it's not really something you could pick out of your yard and for the enjoyment of it, you know. But anyway, so off of dandelions onto hummus. So now you guys have a bunch of cans of peas or dried peas that you've already bought and stored. Well, let's say you got some chickpeas. Here's what you can do with it to make something yummy. And Clayton is making some homemade pita bread. He's making some homemade pita bread to go with this. He's actually been on a bread kick lately. And he's been making some good pita bread. So I said, well, I'm going to make some hummus with these chickpeas to go with it. So, I suppose we're going to get started on making this hummus. And it actually doesn't take that long. I've already got everything laid out for you guys. I'll just explain what's what. This is some, let's see if I can get it to focus. This is some fresh cut up garlic. This is a lemon wedge. And you can use more or less lemon if you want. I'm just using that much because I'm trying to be conservative. And this is Greek yogurt. Now, normally you would use tahini, but I don't have tahini. So I'm using Greek yogurt to add that creaminess to it. I've got some cumin. Got that at the discount grocery for 79 cents. And you know what? My can of chickpeas was 69 cents. Pretty cheap, huh? I like discount grocery shopping. This was $2.09, my sesame oil. I've also got some like powder nutmeg, ground nutmeg. I've got some paprika, my salt and pepper. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is obviously I'm gonna open my can of chickpeas. Y'all see my Instant Pot? I love that thing. Cooks anything like super quick. Hang on. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna have to open that two-handed. Let's see if I can prop the phone. Nope, that's not gonna happen. So give me just a second, guys. Sorry. Sit it down. There we go. Now, at this point, I have a little cup here. Yeah, it's a little kid cup. I'm gonna drain off the juice on this these chickpeas, because you don't want the juice in there, but at the same time, if you need any liquid, why not add the juice the chickpeas were in instead of just adding water? Now, if you do add water, I would suggest adding cold water, like ice water. Is what I heard works really well in helping to make it creamy and everything. Alright, so I'm going to take the lid off of these. Now, these do have like the little bitty shells, and they say to take those off, but guess what? You're going to blend it up, and it's really, there's like soft when you blend them up. Like there's not going to be shell chunks in your hummus. You really don't have to take the shells off. It's not that necessary. Oh, I can eat them just like that. I'm going to grab me a chickpea too. Right out of the can. Now, it's important to note, if you try one right out of the can, these, obviously, they're good, but they have been salted slightly. So you want to take that into consideration whenever you go to make your hummus, so that you don't make it too salty, because this can be a really, really healthy little snack, you know? So don't add too much salt. I usually like sea salt, and you know, sometimes I like that pink salt, but I haven't bought that in a while, because it's pretty expensive. It's like $5 for a thing. But this salt right here was like 60 something cents, and it's just regular old iodized salt. But I got it in my grounder so I can make it real fine, like a little salt dust, you know. So I can add just a little bit without adding too much, because some of the bigger granules of salt, it doesn't take very much and you've over salted. So I like to grind my salt into a nice powder, so I know exactly how much salt I'm getting, exactly how salty this is going to be. Now, the first thing we're going to do, I have my bowl of Greek yogurt right here. I am going to start spooning in. I'm going to start spooning in my Greek yogurt. Alright. And we're going to whip this stuff after I add some other ingredients to it. Whip it. Whip it real good. Anyway. Sorry, my brain has like Tourette's sometimes. Okay, so I got the Greek yogurt in there, and I've got some, oh, wrong bowl, lemon and garlic, and I am going to get that lemon into there, and instead of doing the juice, I'm actually just going to put just that little slice of lemon, make that lemon flavor real nice and prominent. You probably could add a little bit of lemon zest too. I'll probably add that last when I go to blend it or something. I may add just a tiny bit of lemon zest just for the lemon flavor. Alright, so now we're gonna add in this garlic. And if you're wondering, this is like some chopped wild garlic. I say wild garlic because I picked it at Clayton's dad's house. He has a ton of garlic growing, and I wanted the benefits of that fresh, super fresh, not dried garlic. I want that pungent garlic. Alright, so now we have our Greek yogurt, we have our little bitty wedge of lemon, obviously without the peeling. Don't add that in there unless you zest a little bit. We have our garlic. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add some soy sauce, so we still get that tahini flavor, just without the tahini because I don't have any. And now this is just pure sesame oil. I don't know if it's roasted or anything. It doesn't really say. It's just Kikkoman pure sesame oil, but I'm sure any sesame oil would work fine, you know. Alright, now we're going to add just a tiny smidge of nutmeg. You don't want too much. Just a tiny smidge of nutmeg. Let's see. I'm gonna add a tiny little bit of paprika. We're also gonna garnish with that, but I'm gonna add a little bit for flavor. And then we're going to add some cumin. I'll show you that. C-U-M-I-N, cumin. Now, you don't want to overdo it with the cumin. It is pungent. It's like, it smells like tacos, you know? Alright, so I've got a little bit of cumin in there. And I think I put like a teaspoon of cumin powder. Alright, now I'm going to add some salt and pepper from my salt and pepper grinder. Let's see if I can drop the phone up real quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper. You kind of add that to your taste, you know, how much you like of that. Whatever kind of peppercorn you like, or whatever kind of salt you like. Alright, now I think I've got enough salt and pepper. Okay, there we go. Now I've got my